channel. I am Prachi Arora, an engineering student, and this is me doing community service for my community development project by teaching Python on YouTube. So today is the lecture 12 of Python of my 30 lectures Python bootcamp, and till now I have covered a lot of topics you can see, and I hope you all have watched this. If you haven't, go check them out. And in last lecture I told you all about the strings, what strings are, how to do a sex, how strings are immutable, and why double quotes are preferred, also about the str constructor and len function on string, also about assessing a string element and slicing of the string. Okay, and in today's lecture we will do more about string, that is methods of the string. Okay, there are some methods that you need to do, so we will be doing that for the string. I hope you understood the basics of string though, because if you didn't understand, please go and watch that video again and let me know about your doubts, and I will try to solve them. Okay, so I gave you a homework in the last lecture about this one. So I hope you all have completed this homework. If you haven't, please pause the video and complete the homework first of all. You need to do the homework and coding practices yourself so you understand better. Okay, so let's start with the homework. We will take a variable word equals to programming. Okay, and then we have to print first five characters of the string. How do you think we do that? Take the name of string, square brackets, and then first five we have, so this and up to 6. Okay, then second we have print word square braces, last four characters, so 4, last four characters. Okay, so what are the last four characters we have? We will go for -1 to -5, so it goes from -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, then we have print again word, and what is the third we want? From index 3 to 7, so we will be taking index 3 to up till 7 we want, so we will take 8 here. Okay, and then reverse of a string using the slicing. Here we will take -5 to -1. Okay, yeah, so I think we will need to take -4 to 0, -4 to end. Yeah, of course, sorry. So reverse of a string using slicing, print word +1 to minus len of word +1. Let's try running it. They are not getting this for fourth one, so this is not the method that we can use in here. Some languages can use this method. Okay, so the method that we have to use is the step 1 word, and here we will take this -1. This will show that the step is -1. Double colon means the whole string, and -1 means reverse. So let's print it and see what we get the output. Here, first seven letters we had, first of all, first five letters. So we have Progra. So we are not getting first five letters, but six letters here. Oh, you see here what we did? It starts from zero, so we don't need to write six. Okay? See, one, two, three, four, and five. First five letters, and then the last four letters Ming, right? And then third to seventh letter, three, four, five, six, seven, right? And then the reverse of the string, programming opposite. Okay, this one is the new one. So make sure you remember the reverse of the string is written like this. You can do it by for loop also, but we had to do this with the slicing. Okay, very easy concept. You don't need to put much effort in this. So I hope you all understood this one. Let's move to today's lecture. This lecture 12.py. And what will we do in today's lecture? Methods of string. Okay. Now what are methods? You all know Python string methods is a collection of inbuilt Python functions that operates on strings. But please take note that every string method in Python does not change the original string. Instead returns a new string with the changed attributes. So you have to be careful about these methods. Okay. So first of all, let's start with the simple methods. Just a minute. All right. So let's start with the first one. That's string of constructor. You know its work, right? It is used to initialize a list, initialize a string. What it does is initialize a string. Then second method we have, I already told you about this, len, to find length of a string. Okay, now let's start with the actual methods. First of all, we have capitalize. And what does capitalize do? Converts first character of string to uppercase. Okay, let's start with an example now. All right, so we will take the example as let's take s equals to roses are red. Okay, and then we put capitalize here by giving s1 equals to s dot capitalize round braces, and then we print s1. So should be the answer of this? It will be giving us the output R capital of roses. Roses are red. This should be the output. Let's run and see. See, roses are red. Okay. Always remember it only capitalize the first letter of that string. Okay. Not every letter. That has a different method. Fourth, let's go for lower. What does lower do? Converts all uppercase letters to lowercase. Okay. Now here I will say, let's change this string to roses are red, and here I use lower, lower s dot lower, and print it. Now it should show this, roses are red. Okay, so let's run it and see. You can see it's giving us roses are red, all in the lowercase letters. Okay, next we have the similar one, upper. It converts all lowercase letters in a string to upper case. Okay, so let's take the same example and change the here upper. So the output should be roses are red in capital, all capital. Okay, see, roses are red, all capital. All right, then we have swap case. What does swap case do? As the name suggests, swaps the cases of all characters in a string, right? So what will this swap case give us? Input s dot swap case this. So what will this give us? It will give us, first R is capital, so it will go small, and then O S E S R will be this. A will be small, RE will be capital, and red will be small. This should be the output. See, it's giving the same output. It swapped the cases of all characters in the string. Hmm? Next up we have something called title. It what does title do? It capitalizes, or you can say convert string to title case. And what is title case? It capitalize the first letter of every word in the string. Okay, so suppose we are taking the same example with roses are red in all small letters, and then we put here title. And what do you think will be the answer now? R capital roses, A capital R capital red. So let's run it and see. You can see the first letter of every word becomes uppercase. Okay. Next up we have count. And what does count do? Returns the number of occurrence occurrences of a substring in the string. Okay. And how do we use that? I will give C equals to S dot count. If I want to count the R, letter R, how many times R is occurring in this string, how many times it is? It's 3. So I will go for S dot count, round braces, quotes, and R. Then I print C. So it should give me the output 3. 3. Like that, you can give a longer string. Like if I give RE. So how many times RE is coming? 2 times. First in RE, R, and then in red, RE. So it will come 2 times. See, it's giving us 2. Okay, this is how you work with count. And if we give something, like if we give Z, so what will it give the answer? Because there is no Z in our string, do you think it will give us an error? Of course not. It give us 0. Okay. Then we have something called find. First of all, let's go for index. We did the index for list also, remember? Index. And what does index do? It returns the position of the first occurrence in a string. Okay, so suppose we want to find the position of O. So we will see index O. It should give us answer as 1, right? And if I give it R, it will not give me the value of this R or this R. It will give me the value of the first occurrence, that is at 0. So it will give me output 0. Now what happens if I give something that's not present? Like if I give I in index, it's not present in the string. So what should be the output? Again, it will give us 0. Oh, it's giving us error. Yeah. So it gives us error. Index, when we use index to find the index of something that's not there in that string, it gives us an error. Now, this is where we differentiate string and find. What does find do? It returns the lowest index of the substring if it is found. Okay, so let's put here find. First of all, let me give you how we do that with R. It should give us 0, and it's giving us 0. Okay, if we give us A, it will give us the index of A, that's 6. Now, if I give it something that's not present in the string, it will should give us -1. See, this is the difference between index and find. If we give a substring that's not present in the string, method gives us an error, a value error, but the find function gives us the value -1, indicating that the substring that we are looking for is not present in the given string. Okay. Always beginners always get confused in this one. Next up, one thing we have starts with and ends with. It returns true if given string starts with starts with given substring. Okay, so I will just print it directly now. Print s dot starts with, and it ROS. Okay, it should give us true, and right, it's giving us true. But if I go for starts with red, it's false. right? Same is the thing with ends with returns true if a string ends with specified substring. Alright, so we will go with same ends with red, and it's ending with red, so it will give us true. Hmm? And if I go for rose, it give us false. Okay, so now there is a thing we call is upper, returns true if all characters are in upper uppercase. Okay, so let me rewrite it. Roses are red, and I go for print as thought is upper. Its name suggests the same. It will return true if all of the characters of the string are in uppercase. So let's run it and see. It's returning true. Now if I go for roses are red and run it, it's giving us false, of course. Okay, if I add numbers here, if I give roses are red and add number 1 2 3, what do you think will be the output? True, because it's only checking the characters, letters. Same is 14. We have is lower, returns true if all characters in the string are in lower case. So we change this again. Roses are red is lower, and it will give us true. That if I only capitalize this A, it will give us false. All of the characters of the string should be upper and lower for it to give true in is upper and is lower. Okay, and the same we have is title, returns true if the string is in title case. For is title, and it will give us false. But if I just capitalize every first letter, now it will give us true. Okay, we have done 15 methods up to now, and there are more of them. Okay, but don't worry, it will be easy. So next we have is, I'm just telling you the main functions, okay, main methods, okay. Otherwise, there are endless methods. Next we have is alpha, that returns true if all characters in a string are alphabets. If I put here s dot is alpha, it will return true. The case doesn't matter here. It returns false. Yeah, of course. Okay, okay. It returns false because we have space here. We remove the space too and returns is alpha true. Okay, space is not the alphabet. Okay, it's a different thing. So of course it returns true only without spaces. Okay, next up we have is digit. Is digit that returns true if all characters in a string are digits. Okay, so we want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then print s dot is digit. So it will return true. Okay, but if I add even a single other character like hash, it will give us false, or even space in between these will give us false. There is also a thing called is space. I have not used it before, but I have heard about it. Let's try it. Is space. Of course, it returns true when the string is space or characters are space, like this. And we go for print s dot is space. So it should give us true. It's giving us true for sure. If I write here any alphabet, it's giving us false. Okay, so is space only returns true if four characters are space. Don't think I need to write its definition. Let's go for 19th. That is elf elnum. It returns true if all characters in a string are alphabets or numbers. Okay, let's try it. A B C D 1 2 3 4, and here we will give is L num. Okay, and we will see it give us true. If I give a space in between, it will give us false again because space is neither an alphabet nor a number. Okay, Like this we have is numeric, is identifier, is decimal. Okay, is printable, is title, is upper we have done. And then we go for, yes, we have something called center. Okay, center. It pads the string with specified character. Hmm? Like we go for, here we have string ABCD, and then we go for S dot center, and we give a value that's width. For example, we give width 20, and then a special character, this, and then print S. What will be the output? Okay, I think we have to assign it like this, and then print that assigned value. We will see it's having these symbols like this around it. But if we don't give any symbol, by default it will take space. See, it's taking space. Okay. Then we have something called strip. Strip. And what does strip do? Strip removes the extra space on the left and the right of the string. Okay, basically returns the string with both leading and trailing characters. Like here I'm giving these extra spaces, and if I print this as it is, as it will be printed with the space. See here, it's being printed with the space. But if I go for s dot strip, the spaces will be removed. See, no space here. Just like this, we have L strip and R strip. L strip removes the spaces from the left side and R strip removes the spaces from right side. Removes trailing characters and removes leading characters. I will give here L strip and you will see the spaces at left side will be removed, but at the right side we have the space. But if I give R strip, the spaces at R will be right side will be removed, but left side will have the space. See? Okay. Then we have something called replace. Replace is used to modify the string. I told you that strings are immutable, right? So it can't be changed just like we change the list. So for that we use return function, replace method. It replaces all occurrences of a substring with another substring. Okay, so I will give here roses are red, and then I go for replace function, that's s dot replace. And first of all, the thing that we want to replace, I suppose I want to replace red with what? Pink. Roses are pink. It should give us the output. And now we will print s. It will give us output. Roses are pink. It's not working right. So I think we need to assign it on so in a different variable, right? Like here, of course, s1 equals to this, and then print s1. It will show us roses are pink. Okay, it's not making the changes in the existing string, but it makes a new string. Okay, so this is how you change a string, how you make changes in a string. Okay, without this you can't. Okay, also like we want to replace R with P, but we don't want all of them to go for it. Okay, and so I will give two only here. So only two of the R's will be replaced with P. You can see the first two R's got replaced with P, but the third R remained the same. So this is the count here, count attribute in here. Okay, next we have something called join. Join. It returns a concatenated string. And how do we use join? We give a specified character, a special character in it, and its syntax is, I'll show you its syntax is separator dot join and iterable. This is the syntax, and we will go for a list here, like L is equal to, we have I am learning Python, and then we use join operator here. How? In this we will give a specified separator, like I'm giving asterisk as separator dot join and in the attribute L. Okay, so let's print it. First of all, let's assign it into something. We will assign it into S, and then we print S like this. See, it's joining all the letters, all the elements of the list and making it into a string, and it's using asterisk as a separator between all those words. We can use space so it looks more better. I'm learning Python. Okay. Also, we can do things like s dot s, like we will give here hash, and in here we will give a string Python. What do you think will be the output? Yes, it separates every character using a hash. See, give us space here and here, and then run it again. See, okay. And what if I go for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I use this dot join L, s equals to, of course, and then print s. What do you think will be the output? Error, because we expected string instance but int found. We can't join integers using it. If I make these 1, 2, 3, 4 a string, it will join without any problem. See, 1, 2, 3, 4 with asterisk sign. So it only joins string and not integers. Okay. Next up is, see, it has so many methods. Next we have is called something called split. What does split do? It splits the string as its name suggests, but based on a substring. So, for example, first definition, it breaks a string into a list of substrings based on a specified delimiter. Okay, example, we have a string and that string is again roses are red. Now I want to split the string, and by default the delimiter is space. First let's go for print s dot split. We won't specify any delimiter, so what will it give us? It will break these into three parts and split at every space we get. It split at space, so it will give return us a list. See, list with three elements. Now if I put here s, it will split at this s. We have two s. It will give us how many elements? Row element 1. S will not be printed. S will be vanished from there. Then E second. Then again S and 3. Three parts will be done of that. It's getting selected again and again. See, three parts. Row. Then instead of S we have a split. Then E split again and R red. Okay. If we go for R, it will give us this. Again 3 because this is a capital R. Now if I make it a lowercase 2, what will be the output? See, empty string because it needs to be split. Then this and this and this. Okay, this is how split works. Always remember this part that it returns a list of substrings. Okay, next we have is partition. And what does partition do? It works like split only, but it returns a tuple. I have not taught you about tuple yet, but it will be done in the next lecture, so don't worry. Tuple is like a immutable string, immutable list you can say for now. So, but remember it doesn't split at all the occurrences of the delimiter. It only splits at the first occurrence of specified separator. Okay, splits a string at first occurrence of a specified separator and returns a tuple containing exactly three elements. It always contains exactly three elements. Always remember that. of a partition and r. Okay, so this at the first r it will get split and return a tuple and exactly three elements in that tuple. See, empty string, then r, that is the separated value, and then the rest of the string. Like this, we give here o, or let's give here e, and you will see the part before e, and the part after e. That's how partition splits the string. Alright, so I hope you all have understood everything about this. Right, so you can see, let's write this one too. Returns true if all characters in a string are space. Okay, so you can see, you can take screenshots of this because this is very important. These were the main methods of string. There are many more methods also, but I think these would be sufficient for now, right? So I hope you all understood everything. We did all these methods: string, length, then capitalize, lower, upper, swap case, title case, count, then index, find. What was the difference between index and find? Index gives us an error when the substring is not found, and find gives us -1 when the substring is not found. Then starts with, ends with, is upper, is lower, is title, is alpha, is digit, is space, is alnum. Then we had center, strip, L strip, R strip, replace. Replace is very important, okay? Then join, split, and partition. And what is the difference between split and partition? Split gives returns list and partition returns tuple with exactly three elements. And the separator in the split is not displayed, but it is displayed in the partition, and partition only splits at the first occurrence of the separator. Okay, yeah, so let me see if anything is left. Yeah, I think that is all for today's lecture, these methods. Okay, I have covered all of the main methods that would be necessary for you. Let me give you a homework for now. I think your homework will be, take a single string, any line you like, any phrase you like, and then apply all these methods on it. Okay? Try it yourself, experiment with all these methods, and see what you can do new. Okay? So that will be it for today's lecture. Keep coding and practicing. Always practice yourself and make notes. Make sure to make notes. See, all these, you must make notes of all these, okay? So keep practicing, keep coding. Thank you.